Come on. Waiting for Vim to get its stuff together. All right. There we go. And we're live. What's up, folks? The sports nerds are here. Elliot coming to us live via, I don't know, Arizona. He's in Arizona for his son's wedding. Tucson, Arizona. John is here. He's celebrating his father-in-law's birthday. He'll be on camera momentarily. And Ken is on his way in as well if he can get his stuff to work. Anyway, I'm the sports nerd. And as usual, I have Mr. Elliot Biggie Lamba, John G. Olson. And we're going to talk NFL football for the next 60 minutes, the week that was the NFL. Hey, Anthony. Who else is here? Hang on a second. I gotta do this. Hang on a second. I gotta refresh. Give me a second. I gotta refresh. I gotta share. I'm a little slow on the upkeep tonight. Hello, everybody. Let's go Eagles. Okay, let's go Eagles. I don't know who that is. Hang on a second. Hey, Brett.
What's
Anthony.
up, Brett?
You. Oh, boy, I can't type. So, Elliot, how's it going out there in Arizona?
It's going.
Yep.
It feels weird being on the show at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, well, you know how John feels. Hang on.
What's up, Jamal? Click the link. Send them the link, man.
All right, Jamal, hang on a second. Let me give you the link to get yourself reconnected to Restream, and I will post that right now. Click on that link and get yourself hooked back up. Thank you, Anthony. You guys rock. Well, we know we try. We're okay. I mean, we can be all right. I don't know. Been doing this long enough that we just run with it, and it goes wherever it goes, right, Elliot?
Exactly.
So I'm gonna start, Elliot. I'm a little disappointed. John asked me in before the show if I was on suicide watch. I am not on suicide watch. The Browns' next few games are going to be like running through a gauntlet. Starting with the Chargers today, they got the Patriots next week at home. Jacoby Brissett throws a late game interception. The Browns still managed to get the ball back, but then, our rookie kicker missed a 51, 54-yard field goal, whatever. Wide right, shades of the Buffalo Bills back in Super Bowl. But I'm not on suicide watch. I have tempered my expectations for this season because of the whole quarterback fiasco. And if they can get a couple of wins in this next stretch, I'll be okay. I'm not gonna hurt myself, Anthony. I promise you, I won't do that.
He gonna hurt us before he hurt himself.
Yeah, I will hurt an inanimate object before I hurt myself. Okay, I'm just saying. So
you know, a Pittsburgh T-shirt or something.
Yeah, right, you know what though? The bright spot is that Pittsburgh got blown out by Buffalo today, and it was a beautiful thing. I can't.
Now let me ask you, in the spirit of unexpected, did you really think that was unexpected?
No, I picked the Pittsburgh to finish last in the division before the season.
No, I'm saying the game today against Buffalo.
Oh no, that was not unexpected. No. You put a rookie quarterback in that arena with that defense and that atmosphere with his first start. You know what? You're kind of asking for bad things to happen. I'm just saying.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles. At the end of the game. So.
Yeah. John, like I said, I'm not on suicide watch. I am tempering my expectations, and the bright spot is I got to enjoy seeing Pittsburgh get totally mauled by the Buffalo Bills this afternoon. It was expected, but it was still wonderful to see.
How anticlimactic was that, John?
It was pretty literally, what was it, the third play of the game, and it was like a 98-yard touchdown.
Yeah, they were like third and 10 from their 1 or 2 yard line, and they just boom, bam.
Yeah.
What cracks me up is that one of the guys in my league had Gabe Davis on his bench, and my son, whose house I'm at right now, his opponent had Gabe Davis on the bench.
The guy I'm playing didn't have Gabe Davis on the
bench.
No. It's actually nosy, too. So I told him, I sent him a note. Like, I was like, dude, I don't even care if I lose this week because, like, that was worth it. Like, I'll take I'm going to put up 36 points or something. Like, I'm like, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, 32. I think 32 and
32?
change.
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic.
Josh put up 30 plus as well.
Josh, what do you get? 424 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. He had 350 yards at halftime.
Yeah.
John.
Yeah, exactly.
Another one of those.
another one of those yawn fest. I like them. Dude, I'm the
best quarterback in football.
Well, I mean, you listen to Nick Wright, like you'd swear that he's like garbage and it's just Patrick Mahomes. But, big test is next week, man. KC against Patrick Mahomes, yeah. KC and Buffalo next week, man.
Is it in KC again, or is it in Buffalo?
It's always in KC, man.
Yeah.
It's always in KC, like yeah. So, dude, it was great. I mean, I love the blowout games. He was. I don't know what's going on with the Steelers, man. Like, that was just setting that poor kid up. Like, he played okay. Like, Pickett played okay, but it was setting him up for failure. I mean, why put him in those situations?
That's what we were saying. I was telling you. I said, you're asking for trouble when you put a rookie quarterback in that venue with that atmosphere against that defense.
What choice did they have? Mitch Trubisky?
Well, I bet Mitch would have at least weathered the storm. I don't know if he would have weathered the storm, but
he's used to playing in Buffalo though too, because he played there last season. So
I believe that for Pickett's future, throwing him into the Lions' den right off the bat is only going to make him better down the road.
Right.
Because when he faces the stiffest of the stiffest, and he gets that out of his system, he'll start preying on the teams that he can do well against.
Yeah.
So he's going to be watching a lot of film. Let's put it that way.
Dude, it was a butt whooping, man. Top to bottom.
I mean, the defense only gave up 3 points, for goodness sake. I mean, it was
they haven't given up a single point in every third quarter this season.
They scored me 13 points in fantasy today.
Yeah. I started them. I started the Bills defense just because I sat them last week, which they did okay. It wasn't horrible, but
and they didn't even have Poyer this week either. So
they didn't have anybody. They didn't have Poyer. They didn't have Tremaine Edmonds. They didn't have Jordan Phillips. I think is hurt again. I mean, he pulled his hand. He was out for 3 weeks with the hamstring, and then he limped off this field today. Like, it was just. I don't know what it is. Is it bad luck? But the Bills just, maybe it's the conditioning coach. I don't know. Something's going on where their defensive guys can't stay healthy.
Yeah. You said at the beginning of the season that the only thing that can stop the Buffalo Bills are injuries. That's the only thing that can stop them this season.
If you see the wagons that have been going around on the defensive end, like the injury report comes out on Thursdays and it's this long.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Everyone's hurt, limited practice. It's a gong show.
But wait a second. Look at the flip side of that. If they're doing this now with that kind of adversity, what happens when everybody gets healthy?
Dude, Tre'Davious White can come back anytime now. He can come off.
You're going to need some of those pieces for next week. You're going to need Poyer next week. You're going to need Poyer next week.
Poyer and Teron Johnson are the only two that can. I guess Milano too, but that's what you need to take care of Kelsey.
Yeah,
because Kelsey just you can just slow him down. You can't stop him, right? But
right.
So yeah, exactly, Brett. I mean, Jaylen Warren is your leading rusher. What's Najee Harris? Is that the biggest waste of a first-round pick in the history of sports?
Actually, you didn't have. There've been a lot of wasted first-round picks.
But you think about think of Pittsburgh. This is what I'm thinking. They knew Ben was basically done after last year.
Yeah,
they have awful O-line. Their defense is just it's Minka and TJ. TJ's hurt, but it's Minka. That's about it. Maybe Cam Hayward.
Bad on that. Minka was covering.
The one-handed grab from Gabe Davis. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That was beautiful. Minka
sure.
had that ball, and Davis said, "No, you don't. Give it back to me."
No, you
give
it.
That's mine. Give me that back. That's mine.
Dude, so that
here.
I think that's a massive miscalculation on the Steelers brass to go with Najee Harris. Like they needed O-line help. They knew that they didn't have the quarterback of the future with Ben because Ben was done, and they didn't shore it up. We had 3 sacks, and we didn't. I don't even think our front played that incredible this game.
Yeah.
It was secondary and like the linebackers and stuff for us. But
think about it. How long did they have to prepare for Ben's departure? And
years,
try to
right?
fit
Years.
somebody in there. Okay, even if they had to sit on the bench for.
Well, they thought Mason Rudolph was going to be the answer, but
who?
Yeah, they thought that was my thinking. They thought Mason Rudolph.
Man. Do you really think so? Do you really think Pittsburgh was like, this is our dude?
No,
no, you don't. You don't think so?
No.
They would have never drafted Pickett this year if they thought Rudolph was.
Well,
he's a first round pick.
When Mason Rudolph played like crap against the Browns, and last year or a year before when he was replacing Ben when Ben was out, that was their telltale sign that okay, we need somebody else in this position.
Look, Mason Rudolph is not much worse than Baker Mayfield.
Dude.
No,
Baker is just like what a train wreck.
Yes.
Like, wow. Wow, dude. Big shout out to CMC though. CMC put up some points today, but
he did.
He did.
Oh. He saved Baker's bacon today, at least.
Dude,
for whatever
Baker is
Baker
so
is. I mean, Baker
bad.
is who Baker is supposed to be. I mean,
well, Baker's that guy that Scott accurately almost cried when they drafted him first in the draft 2 years ago.
And then he started warming up to him a little.
Remember? I started warming up. Well, 2020 was when I warmed up to him, and then last year I kind of just went, all right, I'm done with this guy. So
he had the one big season. His thing is all ego, man. Come on.
Dude, listen, the Panthers are a disaster because they were down. It was like 30-15 or something like that. And there's I think 7 minutes left in the fourth.
Yeah.
And they go and kick a field goal. Like Matt Rule is probably one of the
Matt Rule,
Nathaniel Hackett is like the worst.
Twitter rumor mill is thick with Matt Rule being gone after this week.
My son said the same thing about that. But
if
I'm going to explain logic, if I could just take a moment to give Rule the benefit of the doubt, is that they were going to have to score a field goal at some point.
Yeah.
Because they were down 3 possessions.
Right.
So
but it was 4 and 2, right?
Get to within 15, and then you're within 2 possessions. If you don't go for a field goal and you don't make it, you're still 3 possessions down.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're behind and you need 2 scores, and then you kick the field goal first so that you can try the onside kick. You don't go for the touchdown. Same thing.
My thinking is that you're like who like just for everyone in the back, like what was the defense they were playing? Who were they playing against?
San Francisco.
Okay, probably if not one of the best defenses in the league.
Yep.
Top 3.
So you've got it 4th and 2 with 7 minutes left. The chances of you marching down the field again.
Well, yeah.
Twice.
They went for it on 4th down from their own 10-yard line at the end of the game.
Yeah, and what happens? San Francisco gets it turned over on downs and scores another touchdown. So, I mean, yeah.
Dude,
what's that now? 25 straight losses for Matt Rule if the opposition scores 17 points or more?
Correct.
That's insanity. That poor dude.
He's 1 in 24 in those situations.
Ugh,
no, he's lost 25 in a row, but he's like 1 in 28, I think, in those situations.
No.
I still think Nathaniel Hackett is the worst head coach, but I'm a little
For the
biased.
Broncos, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Dude,
well, I mean, any coach that has to go out and hire a guy to do his clock management can't be much of a coach. You know what I'm saying?
And now we're finding out Russell Wilson has a shoulder injury that's been plaguing him for the last few weeks. And
aren't the Broncos so glad they spent all that capital to get him?
Yeah.
Well, here's the biggest mistake I think that they made, and I don't know if Russ could have avoided this or not because he really wanted out of Seattle, but Look, they took him from a bad situation that he was in where he felt he was being wronged by Pete Carroll, and they put him in a worse situation with a rookie coach that can't even coach.
Right.
So, I mean, it all started from that first game against Seattle when they go for a 64-yard field goal instead of trying to get a first down on 4th and 5. And then that play the other day, 4th and 1 in overtime, and you go for it. Are you
Richard Sherman? Did you see Richard Sherman?
He tore that shit after the game.
Yeah.
It was like deja vu, Rich.
Yes. Sherman went nuts. He went nuts in the post game about that.
Yeah, but you know what some of the best commentary was though. Like he's freaking out, and like a lot of people on Twitter were like, "Well, how about the Legion of Boom doesn't give up 14 points in the second half, and then they're not even in that position at the end, Sherm."
Yeah.
You know,
but they're not the Legion of Boom anymore. They're the Legion.
No, I mean like when that happened.
When that happened, they were still.
When it happened in the Super Bowl.
Back then, yeah.
Back then, yeah. So, anyways, what a disaster. But big shout out to the New Jersey Giants.
Wow, beautiful today.
Yep.
And you know why they lost? I mean, you know why they won?
Saquon
because Aaron Rodgers became Matt Stafford and Randall Cobb became Cooper Kupp. It was Aaron Stafford to Randall Kupp all day long.
Yes.
And in the end, when he was focusing on just Cobb and Lazard, when he should have probably just gone to Dobbs instead, okay, the defense figured it out. And they batted both those last 2 plays down because they knew where he was going. He didn't even get a second look on the last one of the Lazard. Right. He just turned around, looked right at him, threw, and got blocked. You know.
I'm happy for Giants, man. The Giants are
so. Do you think he misses his boy?
Aaron
misses his boy? I don't know.
I don't know. Look, he might miss his boy or whatever, but he's got a full complimentary. And you know what? Dobbs has been playing well.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ken Costello has joined the conversation.
You know, and he should have been given at least a few more looks.
Right.
You know, throw away from Cobb and Lazard and those guys. Because nobody's keying on Romeo Dobbs, and I mean, he wasn't getting any play.
Ken, how you doing? Ken? Can you hear me, Ken?
Can you hear us now?
He can't hear us.
He can't hear us. Oh boy.
We can do sign language.
I have to say hi, Ken. I can't hear you. Can't hear us, Ken?
Oh, he obviously can.
Oh well, we'll just keep going. We'll just keep him there for viewership purposes.
Look, Aaron Rodgers has gotten as bad as his haircuts.
Aaron Rodgers is a victim of the Packers not going out and getting quality replacements.
Dude, I read something where it was like 1 first-round pick has caught a pass from Aaron Rodgers in like 10 years.
Yes.
1 first-round pick.
Yeah.
John, you know the song Real Slim Shady. Right?
I can hear you, Ken. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Hey, John, you remember the song Real Slim Shady?
Yes, sir.
With the Real Slim Shady, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up.
Please stand up.
Well, guess what? The real Detroit Lions stood up today.
Dude, what a letdown, man. Like,
wow.
Okay, this was I got to talk about this because this was a double whammy for me. First of all, anytime New England does anything good, it pains me, right? And I see
Steve Brogan uniforms too, man.
Oh, yeah, they broke out the Pat things or whatever. I don't care. It don't even matter. My fantasy football brilliance. I'm looking at stats all week, and I have my lock. The guy who's going to go off because it's the worst defense they're playing, Damian Harris, baby. I'm going to put him in my lineup. He's going to go 8 because it's in New England. They got those stupid-looking uniforms, whatever. Let's go. Ask me how many points Damian Harris got me.
John, how many points did Damian Harris get you today?
2.68.
Before he got injured.
Yeah, and he got hurt. Yeah. So yeah, big shout out to the Lions. That was just miserable. How you have the best offense in the league?
They had the highest scoring offense.
Highest scoring offense, and you put out a donut.
points. 35 points per game.
Donut up.
You know what it was is Bill Belichick said best offense in the league. Hold my beer.
Right. Yep.
I'm gonna show you what the best offense in the league means to me.
Pretty good ERA.
Pretty good, yeah.
It's a pretty good ERA, right?
Dude, it was like I overthought, and then of course all week I'm sitting there like I'm gonna get Khalil Shakir off of waivers because no one's paying attention to the Bills' depth. I am I'm gonna get Shakir. I get him off waivers. No one's even looking at him. He puts up a monster game. Who has him on his bench? Right here.
You put him on the bench. Then,
I kept him on the bench because I put Damian Harris in my flex position instead of doing Shakir. So it's one of those epic days for me fantasy wise. But the Bills won, so I don't care. I really don't care.
You know what though? And the Dolphins lost, so that's it. You got Dolphins.
They had their Super Bowl when they beat Buffalo a couple weeks ago, man. I mean,
yes, Teddy Bridgewater went down with injury. You got sidelined because of the new concussion protocols that the NFL and NFLPA put in place. He was the first player to be affected by the new rule, and they brought in their third-string quarterback, who was rookie seventh round pick,
Skyler something.
Detroit got zapped though today.
Yeah, he got
zapped. Yeah. Bailey Zappi.
Guy's name was Skylar Thompson.
Tyler Thompson.
Skyler.
Excuse me.
Because
never heard of the guy before. Ever.
He can now put on his resume. I started one game or played one game for the Miami Dolphins. So.
Yes.
Yippee.
Dude, they're like they're having to those Dolphins fans are going to have to eat some humble pie, man, because they were screaming 2 weeks ago like, yo, the AFC East is ours, this, that, and third. Bills Mafia was just trolling them on Twitter today. Just having a field day with these
Jets, Jets.
Yeah,
not even the new guy,
not too much, not to put too much false emphasis on the Jets, but that kid Breece Hall is for real.
He's no
good running back. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that kid's the real deal.
Yeah, let's just that pains me to say, but yeah, he's really good. Yeah. And Sauce Gardner apparently is really good too.
Sauce Gardner,
got his first pick today. Yes, he did.
Yeah, our guy got his first pick too.
Yes,
Kyer Elam got his first pick. He was getting torched though. They were like Pickens, and Pickett was targeting Pickens all day, and Kyer just couldn't stop it. So I'm sure that will hurt his number one.
It didn't hurt too bad. They won 31-3 for goodness sake. I think it was the final, wasn't it?
38-3.
38-3. Excuse me. Okay, 38-3. Yes.
Yeah. Don't rip off them points, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We covered the 14-point spread. Yeah, it was great. I like games like that. I don't like the close games. Close games, bad for my heart.
Bad for your heart,
right? Dude, the blowouts was great. Like, my wife is like, we got to go to Walmart, and it's like halftime. I'm like, okay, we can go.
I think we're pretty secure to go to Walmart.
Yeah, we're okay. We can go to Walmart.
Yeah,
Can we really talk about really quick? And I know that maybe we shouldn't waste any time on this. But can we talk about that disastrous game on Thursday night?
That was awful. That was some of the worst football I've ever seen in my life. That was just so bad.
It was pathetic.
I got a quick question about that. Are Prime Video's ratings just going completely kablooey with all these?
Their first three games were fine.
The first three games, no. You know what? I'll tell you what. Their studio team with Carissa Thompson and Richard Sherman,
Fitz.
I forget the other two guys. Huh?
Isn't Fitzmagic on the panel too?
Fitzmagic is on the panel.
Yeah.
Okay. They're some of the best team analysts I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do better than NFL Network and NBC. They're doing a fantastic job because you know what? it's like they're unfiltered. They don't have to worry about what they say. I mean, language, yes, but as far as what comments they make, they don't seem to worry about the politics of the league.
They speak from their mind. They speak from the heart of the mind. You know
Correct.
And just to address Brett real quick, no, I don't
please,
think the NFL.
Please do.
I don't think the NFL should do away with Thursday games. Okay,
and they never will.
Here's the bottom line, and then, revenue will fight against that.
Correct.
But the thing is that this is a game that was actually expected to be. I mean, you got Matt Ryan, you got Russell Wilson, you got, you know what I'm saying?
When the schedule makers set this up, it was going to be.
It was right.
It was meant to be a great game, and it should have been on paper.
Prime time.
What's next Thursday though? Chicago against the Commanders or something like
that?
Now
that was bad scheduling. Right
that's a shit game there. Yes.
Yeah.
How does Chicago keep getting these primetime games? Please explain it to me. Someone explain.
That's what happens when you're in big markets.
They're the third largest market in the NFL.
The revenue in that market is irreplaceable.
Chicago is like third highest revenue in the league. So yeah.
And then, of course, they're always going to be on prime time when they play Green Bay because that's one of the oldest rivalry, I think.
Right, yeah. I get that. I get the Chicago-Green Bay games. But
I don't understand why they put Chicago and Washington on a prime time game. I mean,
my question is, and this is how pathetic that game was, and it really hurt. I mean, it was funny as hell, but it really hurt to watch the Denver fans leaving when regulation time was over.
It was going into overtime. Die hard fans. Get out of here.
And you know what? Somebody had said it's a good thing they did leave because they would have really been incensed when Denver went for it on 4th and 1.
Well, they were booing the team anyway, almost the whole game. So
I mean, the team since.
You have Nathaniel Hackett as your head coach.
That's clear.
Awful.
Yeah.
He's horrible. He's been horrible. And he's supposed to be an offensive mind.
Well, he was the offensive coordinator in Buffalo, wasn't he, John?
Years ago, we fired him, and Doug Marrone went down to the Jags, and you saw how well that went.
Yeah, right.
I mean, whatever, man. I'm like all of these head coaching jobs. It blows my mind. Like, I don't know how Matt Rule still has a job. I don't know how Nathaniel Hackett is still employed.
I don't know how he got the job in the. I've seen the meme. Have you seen the meme with Nathaniel Hackett? When you lie on your application and still get the job.
Yeah. Valedictorian or something, right? Yeah. Graduated with honors. Yeah.
But you know why? Because he can't. You know why he got that job? Because he got the endorsement of Aaron Rodgers. See what I'm saying?
Matt Rule should have never left Baylor University. And I think he ruse the day he did.
Well, and it doesn't help the fact he's got probably the quarterback who's like one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL under center.
Top two quarterbacks picked in the draft.
Yes.
The top two.
Yes.
Top two. Yep. Right here. Baker Mayfield.
And Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
The top two quarterback picks of that year.
I say make it a trifecta and go get Josh Rosen, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's do it. Dude, it's wow, man.
It's pretty sad.
Kenny had a good day, guys.
Is Micah hurt?
Yes.
Micah
came back in the game. He came back in afterwards.
He was grabbing his nuts a whole game after each play, man. He was grabbing them things like,
he sucked it up in that second half, though.
Yes, he did.
He told him, I said, man, I can't run, but I can still rush. So he was getting a little bit of pressure in there, but he was hurting a little bit in the testicular zone.
That defense harassed
the lower groin area.
Yeah. That defense harassed Matt Stafford all freaking day, though, Ken, and it was a beautiful sight.
Oh, speaking of late games,
beautiful to see.
Big shout out to the epic clock management and knowing what down you have by Kyler and Cliff Kingsbury.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant use.
Yeah.
And then shout out to the
Kyler
kicker.
slides 2 yards in front of the first down marker on
And
second
spikes
down.
it. Yeah.
I think they went to
forcing him to spike the ball on third down, which in turn forces them to go for the field goal. So
I think they
42
went to
yards,
Hackett,
and the guy doesn't even get it close.
And what's sad is that Kyler could have got the first down if he had just.
I think they attended the Hackett Institution of Clock Management.
Yes, it's the new thing that head coaches can go to, and it's great.
The seminar and the conference.
You got the booklet, the little certificate of completion. He gets at the end. You can print it out and frame it if you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was just miserable, man. And it sucked because I really wanted that to go to overtime because I have Jalen Hurts as my quarterback. I have Zach Ertz as my tight end. So I wanted to go to extra time. I want more points. And as soon as I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, this is just such an Arizona thing. Speaking of Arizona, I got to call my kid to make fun of him for a bit. So.
You know what that does, though? It sets up a pretty epic battle next week with the Cowboys.
And the Eagles next week.
That's going to be something to behold.
Now, where is that being played, Ken? Is it in Dallas or is it in Philadelphia? I can't hear you, Ken. We lost your audio.
You're muted.
I can't hear you, Ken.
We cannot hear you.
We can't hear you again, Ken.
Ninja kick.
Kick your damn laptop.
Laptop smash.
Right?
That's what I do right now. I think it's in Philly, isn't it?
Let me check.
Yeah, it's in Philly. Yeah, Ken's. Yeah, it's in Philly. That's gonna be great, man. I love Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
yeah,
he's like Michael Vick light to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's actually on NBC. It is Dallas at Philadelphia next Sunday night. It's the Sunday night game.
Ooh,
and for all you fantasy players out there, go get yourself Kenneth Walker because Rashad Penny is done with a broken tibia.
Yes.
Oh, after Seattle?
For Seattle, yeah.
Yeah.
Go get yourself.
That was an exciting game. Our old friend Taysom Hill showed up today, guys.
Oh, yeah. Three rushing touchdowns.
3 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown.
Yeah.
Look at him, Taysom.
They had to do something. Andy Dalton was starting. They had to do something. You know what I'm saying? So
Andy Dalton.
I mean, yeah, Taysom Hill came in and just balled out today. It was a beautiful thing, actually. He only threw one pass, but it was a touchdown.
Can we address one elephant that I have in this room?
Please do.
That's that freaking ridiculous. I mean, totally outrageous. Roughing the passer call against Tom Brady.
Oh, that was ridiculous. That was so bad.
It's got to be one of the worst calls in NFL history.
I mean, are you serious with that freaking thing? I mean, is that a situation where the refs are protecting the GOAT? Is that what you think it is?
Was it Jerome Boger was the ref, right? It's his squad?
Yes.
Jerome Bogus is what I call him.
Jerome Bogus. That guy's got like the worst reffing crew in the history of the NFL is that guy and his cohorts.
I cannot believe they did Atlanta like that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, man. I mean, I don't know what to think about Tampa Bay, man, because Kansas City beat the bejesus out of them last week.
Yeah,
and then now they're like can barely even beat Atlanta because Atlanta's kind of decent. They're not horrible.
Well, they scored 21 points and then didn't score the whole rest of the game.
They didn't score in the second half, I think.
No.
And their offense is really nothing to write home about because it's that defense that keeps them in the game, and Kansas City exploited it last week.
Actually, no, they scored 8 points in the third quarter. So, yeah.
Okay, so to me, it's like, I don't know, man. I have no idea. Look, with all of Tom Brady's off-field issues, you know what I'm saying? Right now is not a good time. But for the league to bail him out the way they did today was an embarrassment. I would sue if I was Atlanta, dude. I would file some kind of a suit against the NFL for that bullshit.
Yeah.
I would demand Jerome Boger's whole crew be ousted and sent to officiate in the Arena Football League or something.
Yeah.
You know, because that was ridiculous.
I mean, Brady threw for 351 yards, but he threw one touchdown, and it was to Leonard Fournette, and Fournette scored their other touchdown on a touchdown run. I mean, Mike Evans had a couple of great catches. Chris Godwin was productive for with 6 catches, but like Brett said, Fournette was their leading receiver today, so it wasn't anything exciting to look to write home about as far as their production. I mean,
here's the thing:
Atlanta won the game for them, is what it was. It was their defense.
Atlanta's defense is not half bad. If you look at Atlanta's defense, they're not that bad.
I know, because the Browns lost to them last week. I know how good they are. Yeah.
And for them to hang in the way they did, I mean, come on, they were within 1 score. They even went for the 2-point conversion.
They went the analytics way and went for the 2-point conversion.
Way, and they made it. Now all of a sudden they got an opportunity to have the ball back with a little over 2 minutes left.
Yep.
And just prove themselves. You know what I'm saying? So basically the NFL, the referees, and Tom Brady robbed them of that opportunity.
Yeah.
And you can imagine what the revenge factor is going to be when Tampa goes to Atlanta later this year. They're not going to be happy.
I honestly believe, guys, that Tampa is not a great team. It's a mediocre team at this point. I really believe. At this point in
time, you're right. I don't think
they're mediocre.
I don't think they're elite, basically.
No, they can't. They won't be able to compete with the likes of Philadelphia, Dallas, teams like that. They can't. They won't be able to compete. And again, they got railroaded with not railroaded, but they got rolled by Kansas City, in Tampa, and it's. I mean, I don't know. This is Brady's last year. I know it in the back of my mind.
One way or the other, it is.
It's gotta be.
He's done.
It's over for Brady this year.
Yeah, he's done after this.
So you can take that to the bank.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's going to be single dad because Giselle's going to take him for every dollar he's got, but that's okay.
Don't be surprised though if at some point he either.
No, she won't because she's richer than he is. I'm sorry,
she's
John.
richer than him.
Yeah,
if anything they split, he gets the money.
Yeah.
So don't think she's getting away with anything.
Don't be too surprised
if they rekindle their relationship.
Don't be surprised if down the road if Tampa continues to sputter. And they become an also-ran team that looks like they're not going to compete at all.
Yeah,
and he calls it quits.
He bows out early. Like he just leaves. Because if he could do it to his wife, why can't he do it to the football team?
Yeah, here you go.
Ouch. big shout out to Antonio Brown again for being just a jackhole 2 weeks in a row. Like this guy is just right off to the sunset, buddy. Just go do like Le'Veon Bell is doing. Get into MMA or something.
Tampa should go get with Gabbert the minute Brady walks out the door. That's basically what it comes down to.
Well, I mean, like I said, the Bucs are, I don't know where they're going to draft next year. If they end up with a winning record, they may even miss out on the quarterbacks coming out of college. They won't be able to draft one of them because they'll be gone by the time they get to it. So they got Blaine Gabbert as Brady's backup right now.
What's their cap space like?
I don't know what their cap space is like.
Because is there any free agents, big free agent guys, other than Lamar if he doesn't get signed back up? Like, could you see Lamar getting traded down there?
I don't think Lamar goes. No, I think the Ravens because you know
Baltimore's
what, Lamar's having an MVP season.
Bank to keep Lamar. Okay,
right now, Lamar is having an MVP season, so I think the Ravens are going to give him whatever.
Right now, Lamar is the equivalent to Baltimore that Aaron Judge is to the Yankees.
Yes.
They're not letting him go nowhere.
Yes, correct.
I hope not, because I like Lamar.
I like Lamar, but I don't like the team he plays for, so we won't go there.
That's a given.
Yeah. Yeah, Brett, shut your hole.
Tampa needs Cam.
Yeah, I know you're joking, Brett, but that's all right. Shut your hole anyway.
Yeah, body cam.
So can I ask you guys something now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though we don't have, we still got tomorrow night and tonight to go. So it's not totally week 5 is finished. But what would be your top 3 teams in the league right now? Like 1, 2, 3. If you had to do a pecking order, because Philly is 5.
Buffalo. Top 3, I have Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philadelphia.
That's what I would put. That's what I would do too.
In any order, those three teams would probably be the front runners at the moment. Yeah. Because you got to look at the fact that they have the quarterbacks that can get it done.
Yes.
You see,
I am very impressed with Jalen Hurts this season. I'm very impressed with Jalen Hurts.
Remember 2 years ago when everybody was screaming, "Get rid of Jalen Hurts! Get rid of Jalen Hurts!"
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
He's a one-trick pony. He's never going to be anything more than a running quarterback.
They were trying to get Gardner Minshew instead of him. Remember that? Remember they wanted Gardner?
And you know what? He put in the work in the offseason. They put in the work with him in the offseason.
Yep.
And he right now, he's got to be in the top three, not just the team, but he's got to be in the discussion for top three as far as the best quarterbacks in the league.
For sure. I'd put him up there. He's doing a lot better than Golden Boy Tom Brady and Golden Boy Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
both of them aren't having.
Those guys ain't even Golden Boys, to be honest with you, because they come in ranked like in the teens now.
Yeah, but the league loves them.
Of course.
The league is going to suck the dicks of both those guys. Are you kidding me? Because it's Aaron Rodgers and Tom freaking Brady. I'm just saying. Sorry, John. I know that was kind of vulgar, but I just.
Hopefully no one's listening. It's a Christian household, and you're swearing. I feel bad.
They're gonna suck the Richards out of those.
The Johnsons. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the Johnsons. Yeah,
the Willies. But no, I mean, look, those guys are older. They're not at the top of their game anymore. I mean, look, Brady retired.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers was MVP last season, so
but you know what? Ever since he started messing with his hair, dude. You know what I mean? It's one of those. Who's the Greek god that without the hair?
Hercules.
Yeah. When he started fucking with his hair, dude, he wanted to be Cameron Poe, you know what I'm saying, or Keanu Reeves and Jack
Wick.
Yeah,
John Wick.
Yeah, and then what is the new haircut he has with the big old baldness and then two swinging?
I don't know, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
no.
Look, man, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and.
Very strange.
I just think that right now, for class, talent, and a good representation of what the NFL should be and what quarterback should be, the three guys we mentioned are top of the class. You know what I'm saying? They're the cream of the crop right now.
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes,
and Jalen Hurts.
I'm pumped for next week, man. I can't wait to see this Kansas City Bills game, man.
And I'm actually looking forward to the Eagles and Cowboys next week. That's gonna be
great. I mean, it's you got your
time too.
Ken, quick question, Ken. Is the QB controversy underway?
You can type it into the chat if you can.
Or you can just do one of these. You can go like this, or you can go like this.
Yeah. Is Cooper Rush the future of the Cowboys, or is it Dak Prescott? I think it's Dak Prescott.
No, because Cooper had a very
pedestrian game. Guy that's what 5-0.
He's 5-0. Yeah, he's 5-0 as a starter. 4-0 now, but yeah, 5-0.
CeeDee Lamb though, because CeeDee Lamb plays better with Rush than he does.
Gong show, absolute gong show. I'm here for it too.
Oh, Carrie's singing. It must be almost time.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to watch.
Tonight's game should be good too. Bengals and the Ravens.
I don't know what's about to occur there, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens next week with that particular game, because you gotta figure that whoever wins that game is going to be the front runner to win that division.
Next week, yeah, Dallas and
you can't really cut the Giants out either.
No, you can't.
What Dayball is doing with that team.
That's John's favorite offensive coordinator.
Coach. I'm sorry, but
Daboll's great, man.
Yeah.
He's a better head coach than he was an offensive coordinator.
And the passion that he shows on
after the game, it's amazing.
During the game.
What
Before the
that
game.
guy's sitting there rhyming Biggie Smalls in the locker room.
And
with all
you know
the
what makes it
teams,
great,
man.
John, is he's a big guy like you and I. That makes it even better. Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah,
love it. I'm
Who was
here
that,
for it.
was it the GM of the Giants when he was walking off the field after they won, was rubbing his head?
Yes.
Yeah,
You know
Joe
what I'm
Shane.
saying?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of unity in an organization that helps you into a winning culture.
And Daniel Jones had a good game. He had a really good game.
Daniel
But,
Jones is
but,
great.
but let's be brutally honest. Like, their roster is not like, oh my gosh, scary.
No, it's not.
It's the culture. It's exactly what Elliot said.
Yes.
And the best thing that franchise did was go take that Bills culture and say, we'll take that.
Look,
and
here's the
put it
thing.
right in there.
If you buy into your leader, which Brian Daboll is, they buy into his
philosophy,
his philosophy, his ethic. You know what I'm saying? Yep. He has those guys playing, and I mean, come on, Saquon Barkley is just
Saquon's just a rejuvenated.
Saquon carried that team on his back today. I mean,
he has been reincarnated as the Saquon that everybody saw that first year before the injury. You know,
you see what Brett put? Boy.
Wait for the walking boot. Okay, Sam Darnold's up next.
Oh, Sam Darnold time.
I really hope Sam Darnold does better because that'll disprove my point.
And the reason that the Denver Broncos are so bad is because the players don't buy into Nathaniel Hackett.
No, they don't.
They haven't bought into him since after that first game.
Nope.
Where he goes for you go out and you get Russell Wilson. You got to put the ball in his hand in a situation like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole reason Russell wasn't left is because Pete Carroll was restricting him. You know, and I'm sorry, and also I honestly believe that Russell's talent has taken a swan dive. Okay, his skills have diminished. I think the only reason he got all that money was because of his name. But Denver's going to rue the day that they sent all those players, all those draft picks, and paid all that money for a guy who was basically in Seattle, had become a troublemaker, so to speak. You know, and Seattle didn't believe in him enough to keep him. I mean, come on, they went and got Drew Lock to replace Russell Wilson. And how about Geno Smith?
Geno Smith's been playing very well, though. Geno Smith has done very well this season.
He has.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah.
And today he astounded me with those long passes to Tyler Lockett.
Oh, that one touchdown pass to him today was just beautiful.
Those on the button.
That was beautiful.
It's just, you know, again, it all comes down to what you believe in and the people that you play for.
Yeah.
If you don't buy into who you're playing for, then you ain't going to win.
Right. I'm with you on that, Elliot. Absolutely.
It's like everybody buys into Sean McDermott. Everybody buys into, you know. Oh, did you guys see the tweets that Keenan Allen was putting out about that fourth down play that Staley called in their own? This was the one that almost gave the game to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I saw that play was just like, what are you doing?
Keenan Allen was tweeting during it. What the hell is he doing?
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
You know what I'm saying?
That's Keenan Allen about his head coach.
Yeah.
One of your primetime players in the middle of a game is tweeting that he questions the leadership that he plays for. And Staley,
they got lucky. They got lucky that it worked out for him.
This is the guy that kept his team out of the playoffs last year because of his fucking ego.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Plain and simple. The guy's ego just runs too roughshod, and he winds up putting the team in bad situations. Look, if York doesn't miss that field goal, what kind of discussion are they having on the team playing on the way home?
Oh yeah. Oh, what are they having on the team playing home?
What kind of reception is management going to be, greeting the coach with after that debacle?
Well, you know, and like I said, it ended up working out because Cade York missed that field goal. Okay.
Well, it didn't work out for anything they did. It worked out because Cleveland couldn't
capitalize.
They couldn't capitalize on the mistake. When I heard that they were going for it, I was like, "What the hell?" You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to be a football fan to know that that's a stupid move.
Yeah, I mean, they should.
You got the lead in your own. You got the lead by 2.
Yep.
On your own side of the field, and a field goal can beat you.
Yep.
What the hell are you doing going for it on 4th down?
Correct. It was the wrong call, and they're just lucky that it worked out for him because you know
they're
what?
Lucky.
Because Cade has a great leg. His accuracy was kind of off today, and
because they still
he missed 2 field goals. He missed 2 field goals today.
They still have to answer for that embarrassing performance they had against Jacksonville.
Correct.
Okay, the Chargers are not. You know what? The entire AFC West is not living up to all that hype.
The only team that is Kansas City. That's right now. It's the only team.
Kansas City, yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing: when you got that kind of illiteracy and ridiculousness of teams that are not being coached well and stuff like that, you still got Andy Reid, and he's the head of the class when it comes to the coaches in that.
Andy Reid is probably the smartest head coach in the NFL, in my opinion.
Right, and he's out coaching. He's out coaching Staley. He's out coaching. Well, I can out coach Hackett. You know what I'm saying? And whoever the coach is for the Raiders, who's the Raiders coach?
Oh, Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniel.
Oh, yeah, that was another guy that, he proved a lot when he coached with Denver. Remember that? Denver didn't do shit in a year or two. Josh McDaniel is a good offensive coordinator, but head coach, he's not head coach material. And you put those 3 in a division with Andy Reid, and 99 times out of 100, guess who's coming out on top?
Yeah.
And even with the loss of Tyreek Hill, they're finding ways to be dominant.
With Juju Smith-Schuster, no less. With Juju Smith-Schuster.
And with Juju, not because of Juju Smith-Schuster.
Correct.
But with not just him, Montez Scantling,
yeah.
Yeah. Isaiah Pacheco. And they're coming. I mean, their roster's not full of household names, basically. Or guys that have proven anything, but they believe in Andy Reid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they follow the culture that Kansas City has put together. So, and the game is underway.
Did you guys see this?
What?
I gotta share. I'll share it in our chat. I don't know if I can't put it up on. This is pretty funny, man. It's a little PG-13, but yeah.
What the hell is that? What the? Seriously? Wow. Okay.
Right. Hey, man. We're all adults.
Wow.
Man.
God.
Check out some of the replies. Darnay Holmes, boner, questionable to return. Oh, good times.
Wow. I believe in London that's called a jolly.
So who's got this game? Cincinnati, Baltimore. Who comes out?
I think Baltimore wins this game.
Well, let's clarify. Baltimore can't get out to a big lead because they're known to blow those.
Yes, right. It's got to be close for Baltimore to win.
Yeah, exactly.
I need McPherson to kick a whole bunch of field goals. So if you could, that'd be great. Thanks.
And what's tomorrow night's game?
That'd be the Raiders and the Chiefs.
Raiders and Chiefs.
That ought to be on paper. That ought to be easy for the Chiefs, right?
Sorry, guys, I had to mute the mic. Kid was.
But it is a division game. Don't forget, it is a division game, and those tend to sometimes have wacky.
Yeah, but it's in Kansas City, so I don't think it's going to be an issue.
Outcomes.
But it's in Kansas City. I don't think it'll be a problem.
Look, I'm not even gonna begin to think that the Raiders will stand a chance to win that game. But I've seen weird shit happen into division rivalries.
Yep, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Especially the blood feud that the Raiders and Chiefs are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They play at a whole different mindset and level when they play each other. So,
all right, we got about 5 minutes to go, guys. What else stood out? What else stood out today for you guys?
Go Bills, Buffalo by $1 billion.
Yep, I mean,
and my condolences to John and his Blue Jays for blowing the biggest lead in baseball.
I don't care, dude. First of all, here's a fun story. I don't have television, so all I get is streaming services, and I don't pay for anything that I've never watched one baseball game this entire season. So I'd be a fake fan saying, "Oh, I'm so upset." Don't care. Don't care at all.
The one baseball game I decided to watch from start to finish was that 15-inning debacle.
Oh, that was horrible.
With the Indians, with the Guardians.
The Guardians, yeah, you make the same mistake as the announcers.
Yeah, the Guardians and the Rays. I mean, I'm glad the Guardians came out on top. Here come the Yankees. We'll see how that goes. That's going to be a good series, I think. Elliott, top best of 5 series. It'll be a good series. But yeah, that was the one game I decided to watch this year, and it was 15 innings of 1-run baseball. So,
and then in the next game, 19 runs in 9 innings.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, anyway,
my look for today is that coaching is key. Okay, and all the teams that are in
flux. I like that. Indians. I like that. Yes, that's very good.
On the downfall are the teams with horrible coaches. Horrible coaches.
Horrible. Terrible.
Terrible. Yeah. I think Matt Rule is getting axed pretty quick here.
He should be gone pretty quick.
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
But they don't really have any answers. It's not like someone's going to come in and right the ship. I mean, you have Sam Darnold and,
Baker Mayfield.
Who wants that?
He's in a walking boot, so who knows how long he's gone.
Yeah. Well, Sam Darnold is still on IR, so
maybe they'll make an assistant.
It's going to be PJ Walker.
Maybe they'll turn an assistant into an interim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the time being. Because Carolina's going nowhere.
Nowhere.
Yep. That should have been evident after last season.
Apologies to everyone who drafted DJ Moore on their fantasy team, too. So,
the fact that they went out and got Baker Mayfield just shows you how inept the Carolina Panthers organization is. Because that was probably how do you go after a guy that apparently for the Stevie Wonder could see this guy's a nut job. All right, the guy's all ego and no talent for NFL.
Right.
Okay. And because he only thinks about Baker, I remember the comment he made before the season. I'm a fuck the Browns up.
Well, guess what? He didn't.
He didn't. And if the Browns didn't lax up, they would have dominated that game. You know what I'm saying? But Baker Mayfield's a joke. He's a joke. And yeah, maybe they should give PJ Walker a chance. It can't get any worse. Right?
Right.
Well, there goes Ken.
Yeah, there goes Ken. Shout out to the Houston Texans for getting their first win. Now we no longer have any winless teams in the NFL as they beat Jacksonville.
Pierce is amazing.
I think
Pierce, yes.
If I'm not wrong, I think Houston have won the last 9 against the Jaguars.
9 straight.
The Jags kryptonite. Ken's back.
Ken's back.
9 straight.
I don't know why it keeps muting me automatically, because I did not touch that.
Well, it's good to hear your voice again, Ken.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Right at 8:30, but that's okay.
8:30. better late than never.
Gremlins.
All right, we're going to call tonight, folks.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys from Phoenix, Arizona next week.
All right, sounds good. Safe travels, Elliot. Always good to have the full cast on camera, Ken. Always good to have the full cast on camera.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Cowboys.
Go Niners, go.
Yep. All right. On behalf of my co-host, Mr. Big E, Elliot Lamba, John G. Olson, and Ken Koslow, we are the Sports Nerds, and we are out. We'll see you next Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Later.